So steez.
Let's go, y'all. This is Joe Eid on Donuts N Akahol, introducing the show, god damn it. Well, hey, your host, Gravel, is going to introduce the lovely M. Franklin, and she's going to perform some tunes for you guys today. She's got this new music video called Snowed In on Christmas, which y'all should totally check out after the interview.
All right, we're here with our guest, none other than M. Franklin.
Hi.
Hey, how are you today?
I'm doing good. Stressful day, but I'm good.
Hey, we're here. We're in the studio. It's time to relax, get to know you a little bit better. People have probably seen you out performing. I know you're at the Halloween show we threw. Mm-hmm. Absolutely killed it. I like to take pride in the artists we put on there, and as soon as you got done performing, I know people wanted you to do a encore. I had multiple people coming up to me, hey, who was that? Who was that girl up there? She was amazing. Oh my God, you're gonna have her on more shows. So you really did a great job. When did you start making music?
That's kind of a tricky question. So music's always kind of been a part of my life. My dad was in a country band when I was growing up.
Okay.
So I was around the scene, but it was kind of this frowned upon aspect where it was like, don't let her get involved in that. So I had piano lessons when I was super little, but then I begged for guitar lessons. I begged for vocal lessons, didn't get any of it. And then it was like I went through something really traumatic once I got to college, and it was like there was no other way to get it out. So I started writing music as poems. Mm-hmm. And then a friend of mine was like, you can get beats off YouTube. And I was like, what? New world. So it was like 2 years ago that I really started putting lyrics to music.
Do you find that tricky? Because, you're writing the poems first and then trying to find a beat to match that?
It was a little bit tricky at first, but I kind of had an idea of the sound that I wanted to go for. So I knew which artists type beats to search. And then it was just kind of like if I felt it, you could rearrange the poem to be fitting to the beat.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you're not from Cincinnati, are you?
No.
Where did you grow up?
So I'm from Cleveland.
Oh.
Yeah.
What brought you, or you go to Dayton now, right?
Yeah.
How did you get into the Cincinnati scene?
So I was friends with a couple of people that were in the music scene, and they were going to the Old Timeless. Okay. And so I was with them on a session that they recorded at, and the engineer on the session actually thought that I was just the photographer because I have a camera and I do take pictures sometimes. And then a whole year later, I hit up that same engineer and I was like, hey, I have some music I'd like to record. I loved your vibe. Can we do something? And that's how it started.
Yeah. Wow. Cool. And like I said, you go to Dayton now. You're a full-time student. You're out here performing, writing music, making music videos. How do you find the time?
I don't. It's complicated. It's definitely had its struggles, but at the end of the day, music's something I just can't get away from. It always finds time. And sometimes my schoolwork suffers because of it, but I always figure it out. I'm in my last semester right now, so I've been doing something right.
All right. Oh, congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats on that. And, it's school, man. It's always going to be there with this music stuff. You got to take advantage of it because you got a good thing going right now. Earlier this year, you dropped an EP, Love Cycles. I got to check out. Great. What was there, 5, 6 songs on there? Five songs. Virtual Hugs, one of my favorite. Talk about that record a little bit because I've heard you perform it and it sounds great.
So Virtual Hugs, actually, I wrote in the studio during the session. I had written part of the verse months ahead of time about an ex that I was trying to get over. And it was this matter of I had found someone else to finally get me over them. And I was in the session, I had the beat, and I was like, you know what, let's just try this. Let's try a few things, let's see what happens. And that track was just kind of about virtual hugs feel like static. It's you can say you want to be there all you want, but it's not the same as being there.
Right. Another song you performed, I don't think it's out yet. I might have the title wrong, but Designer Rendezvous?
Yeah.
Is that the click, click, click?
Yeah, the drip, yeah.
Oh, drip, drip, drip.
Yeah.
Great song.
Thank you.
Absolutely crazy. I've been waiting for it to drop. Do we have a release date yet? I mean...
No. So I recorded that. That was actually, I hit up Joe Eid. It was like a crazy day. I was having a terrible time. I called Joe and I was like, I need to get into a studio right now or I'm going to go insane. He was like, let me make a few calls. He called Timeless. He's got something set up with an engineer that I'd never heard of before, never met. He was newer. And I was like, I'm going to do a bunch of crazy things right now that I haven't even done before. So this is going to be an experiment. And went in, recorded it, never finished mixing it. There's a few things I want to go back and change. So it's been a matter of time with not having a car right now, graduating school in 2 weeks. There's a lot.
Well, once you're ready to, take it by the horns, you got a hit on your hands.
Thank you.
And that's no cap, If you trust my judgment, the song's a hit. People in the crowd were loving it when you performed it. So
thank you.
Really excited for that. Also, the holidays coming up, Christmas right around the corner. Mm-hmm. I know you just dropped a brand new video for Snowed In on Christmas.
I did.
Talk about that song and the video and how it all came together.
So we were talking a little bit earlier about, I wrote that song by accident. It was another instance of music finding time for itself. I was studying for finals last year. I was really stressed, and I just put on some lo-fi Christmas beats because I like Christmas. I didn't used to like Christmas, but I do now. And I just started kind of freestyling to it, and I was like, oh, I kind of like this. And then 3 days later, I came in, recorded it. Like 5 days after that, I got the track back, and by the time I released it, it was like the week of Christmas. Mm-hmm. So this year came around, and I hit up a good friend of mine, Noah Hines, and I was like, hey, here's my situation, here's my budget, can we make something happen? And he did an incredible job putting it together, and we got a music video, and it's out now.
Hey, go check it out. It's very, very nicely done. Shout out to Noah. He did a great job. I usually hate asking this question, but how would you describe your style? Because on Love Cycles, there's kind of like a jazzy kind of different kind of feeling, and I really liked it. It's different.
Thank you. As a songwriter, I have a really hard time putting myself into a genre. I've done a little bit of, I have over 100 unreleased songs.
Oh, wow.
That I'm just sitting on.
Recorded?
Yep, recorded. Wow. I have some indie pop stuff. I have some jazz stuff. I have R&B. I have pop. I have EDM. Singer-songwriter, girl and her guitar vibes. There's a lot.
Okay.
But I really do love jazz music, and I love R&B. So I'm kind of working in between pop, R&B, and jazz as a genre right now.
I like that. It's really different. It's going to sound really cool. So I'm excited to hear some of it. Sounds like you got all sorts of styles. You just got to choose one.
Right.
Which could be the hardest part. So
definitely.
We're ending 2022 here, 2023 on the horizon. Mm-hmm. Any big plans? You want to perform more? You got videos, projects?
So I just released the Christmas music video. I will be graduating later this month.
Woohoo.
Yeah, very excited. I am going to New York City for New Year's, visiting some good friends there. Moving to Nashville in January.
Oh, big steps.
Yeah, big steps. And I have a show in Cleveland on the 14th of January.
Wow.
So it's a lot's coming up in the next year.
How are you about to manage that? Make the big move and then up to Cleveland.
It'll be rough, but it'll happen.
You're a soldier. You'll fight through. I believe in you.
Thank you.
Cool. Any projects or anything? Any more songs?
So I've got a couple of singles that are similar to Designer Rendezvous that I've kind of been working on. And my original thought was to release them as a project, but I think it would just be better off if I just start getting them out as singles as they're ready, just because I haven't really dropped anything since Love Cycles other than this music video. But I'm hoping to get some things released by January. So by that show.
I think the dropping singles here and there is probably the better. While you're trying to find your style and your sound, put those out there, see what people like. And so, hey, excited for the future. It sounds like you got a lot going on. Tell the people where they can find you at and keep up.
Yeah, so my Instagram is @FranklyM. That's FranklyEM _. And then M Franklin on all streaming platforms. And I think on TikTok it's Franklin FOF is the username. Yeah, it's an interesting vibe over there.
TikTok's a weird place, but also a fun place.
So much fun.
You just gotta cycle through the weird shit.
Fun community on TikTok.
Gotta love it. Well, cool. really appreciate you coming in. You're not done yet. You still got to perform. Yes. What are we performing today?
So I'm going to perform Snowed In on Christmas.
Ooh, perfect
holiday
time.
Season. Yeah, figured it'd be a good little vibe to set for the holidays.
Exactly. So, start up a fire, get your hot cocoa. M. Franklin's about to take us on a Christmas trip with Snowed In on Christmas. We appreciate you coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
For sure, for sure. We'll be back in a second.
Man, what an interview. M. Franklin did her thing. Gravel, beautiful questions like always. Well, before we go and get out of the show, we gotta let M. Franklin serenade you with her voice, Snowed In on Christmas. And from everybody at Donuts N Akahol, and from me personally, happy holidays.
I listen to that voicemail more than once today, reminiscing on the way we have holiday movie nights, drive downtown to see the lights. But this year you might guess I'm snowed in on Christmas, and oh how I miss us. Yeah, this year I'll be alone, but I'll blame it on the snow. I've got nobody to kiss me under mistletoe. I'll be at home, snowed in on Christmas, snowed in on Christmas. And I won't hang your stocking on my fireplace, or that ornament that's got your face. Won't use that Santa mug that you got me for my Christmas morning coffee. Or my mom will ask me how you've been, and I'll think back to when we were something and you were the only thing on my wish list. And this year I'm just snowed in on Christmas, thinking about how I miss us. Yeah, this year I'll be alone, but I'll blame it on the snow. I've got nobody to kiss me under mistletoe. I'll be at home, snowed in on Christmas, snowed in on Christmas.
Hey honey, it's Mom. I was just calling to see if you're coming home for Christmas. I haven't really heard from you, so I hope you're okay. Just give me a call. I love you.
I'm snowed in on Christmas.